Is this on? I think we're on. We are live. Hey guys, welcome to Brad Browning's first attempt at a live streaming video. So, of course, I am Brad Browning, and I'm just going to give this whole YouTube live thing a try, answer some of your questions. If it works out, we'll do another one soon. So, yeah, welcome, guys. Please go ahead and ask those questions in the chat. It's a little delayed, so I think I should be able to see your questions. Oh, hey, Lucy. Hey, Fred. Welcome, guys. Already got a question. Beautiful. So Emily Raymond here, guys, is asking, she says, my boyfriend broke up with me about 2 months ago. I've engaged in no contact, and I want to reach out to him to meet up. What do I say? Thank you, Emily. Great question. So first of all, congratulations on going through no contact. It's really important. No contact is always something you want to make sure you follow through and do for the full 30 days. The thing that I would recommend at this point, assuming that you are done the full no contact, is to send a text message, just something simple. In my program, the X Factor Guide, I recommend something called the Good Reminder text. And the way that works is basically you say something like, hey, remember that coffee shop we had muffins at in Nanaimo? What was the name of it again? Something benign like that, just to start the conversation again. Another thing you could do at this point is send another text or even a quick phone call to ask him something very specific that would have meaning to him. So, like, for example, let's say he was a good painter. You could ask to meet up for coffee to discuss painting tips because you're taking a new art class. So something along those lines. What else, Emily? You definitely don't make this meetup sound like a date. You'd never want to make it sound like a real date. So just make it very benign, innocent, and have a real legitimate reason if you're going to meet up with him. When you do meet up, make sure you stay happy, you stay positive. You don't want to be getting into any drama or serious talk. So just stay happy, chit chat, that kind of thing. And at that point, your game's on, and use the tactics that I talk about in my X Factor program to seal the deal. Thank you, Emily, for the question. I appreciate it, and good luck. Okay, let's just move on quickly here. Let me see if I got some other good questions. Let's give me a second here, guys. Okay, here's a good one from Derek Lau. Derek says, I dumped my girlfriend a couple months ago, and I regret it deeply, but it appears that she has moved on. Can you give me some tips? Thank you, Derek. Great question. This is obviously a tough one if it does appear like she's fully moved on. If you haven't engaged in no contact, now is definitely the time to do that. So go ahead and do the full 30 days of no contact. And during that time, make sure you continue dating around, being social, that kind of thing. And then you want to set up a meeting, in-person meeting. So when it comes to that, I really recommend that you pick up a copy of my X Factor Guide program. You can do that at breakupbrad.com because you really want to know what you're doing when you go into that meeting. So that's my recommendation before you do that. And when you do ask her to meet up, definitely don't make it clear that you want to get back together. So just keep it innocent and start to build some natural attraction and just have a good time with her. That's really important. You don't want to rush into it and that kind of thing. And when you do get the chance, definitely sleep with her. I know that sounds a little greasy, but guys, for the gentlemen out there, sex can be a very important bonding experience for women. So you definitely want to sleep with her when you can, and that will help you to seal the deal. I mean, you can probably find some other tips as well on my channel here. So just check out some of my other videos for more info there. And thank you very much for the question. All right, guys. Wow, I've got a lot of questions. Thank you so much, guys. This is awesome. Let's move on to one from Lisa. Lisa asks, is the no contact always necessary? No contact tactic. Is it always necessary? Wow, if I had $1 for every time somebody asked me that question. Generally, absolutely. Yes, the no contact strategy is really important. There's people out there that will tell you that it's not, but generally they're just trying to be controversial and sell you something. No contact is almost always critical. There's a couple of situations where you can break the no contact rule, a couple of exceptions. Things like if it's your ex's birthday, it's cool to send a quick text message to say happy birthday, or something significant has happened in your ex's life, like a graduation, a new job, death of a family member. Then you can reach out with a quick phone call or text message, something like that. Other than that, there really are almost no exceptions. You do want to stick to the full 30 days of no contact. I promise you guys, it does really work. And Lisa, if you want to talk about your specific situation and whatever it is you're wondering about specifically and why it might not work for you, it probably will. But if you do want to talk about your situation, sign up for my one-on-one coaching, and we'll go in depth and talk about it, specifics about your situation. So to sign up for coaching, breakupbrad.com/coaching. And I look forward to talking to you soon. Thanks, Lisa. Okay, just going to scroll down here, guys. Just find another question. Let's see here. Gosh, so many. Let's go with this one from Natalie Sayward. So Natalie says, my ex and I broke up about 7 months ago. I know it's been a long time, but I'm still not over him. Is there anything I can do to reach out to him? Another good question. Thanks, Natalie. So just to start off, I want to make it clear that it is going to be difficult to get your ex back after a long period of time. So, I want to set that expectation right off the bat. There's a chance it may not work out, but there's a chance it will as well. So just as long as you keep that in mind, that it is possible that it may not work out because it's been so long. Since you've already done no contact, 3 months is plenty. I think at this point it's probably best to try and set up a quick meeting with your ex, just coffee, something like that. If your relationship did end on good terms, it's likely that they'll be open to hanging out. Your ex will be open to that, especially if he's still single, like you say. So what you want to do is come up with a legitimate reason for meeting up. You don't want to just say, hey, let's meet for coffee. Sounds a little weird, he might say no. So come up with a legitimate reason. Like, for example, maybe your ex went to Greece 2 years ago, and you can tell him that you're planning a trip to Greece, for next summer, and you want to meet up with him for coffee just to discuss, where you should go, where you should stay, what to do in Greece, that kind of thing. That sort of legitimate reason is what you need to really make sure that he's going to say yes when you say, let's meet up, that kind of thing. And definitely, like I said earlier, don't call it a date. Just make it very clear that this is an innocent meeting. And then when you do end up meeting, at that point, that's when you can start to flirt. You can build a little attraction. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to be, you're not going to be able to seal the deal with one meetup, but you can definitely build that tension, build the emotional attraction, and hopefully move towards the point where he chooses to take you back. That doesn't mean you want to sleep with him right away. Generally, when it comes to women who are trying to get their ex-boyfriends back, I recommend making him wait a little bit. But you do want to create that tension. You do want to flirt and start to rebuild some organic and natural attraction. This is a great topic to learn more about in my X Factor program. So if you do want to learn more about how to create attraction, how to get to that point where he's going to want to take you back and choose to take you back, visit breakupbrad.com and watch my full video presentation and check out my X Factor program as well. I go into lots of depth on that topic, and I think it'd be really helpful for you. So thank you, Natalie. I believe it was Natalie, wasn't it? Natalie. Good question. Thank you. And let's move on to the next one. Joseph says, Brad, my ex is full of shit. Sorry to hear that, Joseph. I feel you, man. She probably is, but good luck. Let's see here. What other questions have we got? I got one from Mark B. Mark B says, I've been hanging out with my ex-girlfriend, and I simply can't seal the deal. Been trying to flirt and stuff, but it hasn't led anywhere significant. Any advice for me, Brad? So in order to seal the deal, Mark, you need to make her think that you've got lots of romantic options, right? You want to make her think that you're a high-value dude who's got women chasing after him all the time. So I recommend using some of the covert jealousy tactics that I talk about in my program. Your name sounds familiar. Maybe you've already signed up. But if not, then definitely check out my X Factor program and learn more about the covert jealousy tactics. I think it'll work really well for your situation. Generally, the main goal is just to make it clear that there's other women chasing after you, and so that she's got to, make a decision quickly, or else she's going to lose you forever. At the same time, you do want to sleep with her when you get the chance. Be intimate, that kind of thing. Like I said earlier to another question, is a very strong bonding experience for a lot of women. So the sooner that happens, the better, to help you seal that deal. And finally, just don't bend over backwards for her. Right now you're in the friend zone essentially. So you don't want to make that situation worse. So make sure that you're not answering her calls right away. You're not texting her back right away. Just make sure that she knows you're not desperate and that you've got options out there. Another good question. All right. Let's see here what we've got here. Elisa says, is no contact applicable to a married couple with 3 kids? That's a really complicated one, Elisa. So please, if you want a very specific answer to your situation, consider signing up for my coaching, breakupbrad.com/coaching. The quick answer is yes, no contact is still important in that situation when you're married, when you've got 3 kids, but you need to adjust it basically and modify it. I call it sort of a modified no contact type thing, because obviously some level of contact is going to be inherent and it's just going to happen. You're going to have to see him at times anyway. But like I said, sign up for coaching if you want a specific answer, and check out some of my marriage videos as well. They're the ones with the blue thumbnails on YouTube, and you can learn more about that. Let's see what else we've got here. Let's see. Angela G. So Angela G is saying, I cheated on my boyfriend a few weeks ago. He broke up with me. I've apologized, begged, and pleaded everything, but he's not having any of it. What am I doing wrong? Wow, that's a tough one. Obviously, I'm not going to preach to you. You know that you made a mistake, and obviously you regret it now. Definitely, you need to give her a really heartfelt apology. You know, once is enough, but you want to make sure that it's really meaningful and heartfelt. So I suggest, if you can, meet up with her in person, and just limit that meeting to apologizing and say, I'm really sorry. I made a mistake. I understand that I hurt you, and I will never do it again. I just want to make it clear that I am very sorry about that, and that I regret it a lot. I talk about a little bit more about apologizing in my X Factor program. You want to do some things, little tricks like make sure you're looking into her eyes when you give that apology. Hold her hand if you can. Just anything you can do to make it clear that this is genuinely something that's causing you pain and that you're very sorry for. She's probably at that point, going to get mad at you, scream at you, but you can't get mad back, right? You need to take the high road here. Let her feel those emotions and go through that roller coaster ride, and just make sure that she knows while that's happening that you are sorry and that you regret it greatly and that it's never going to happen again. The thing is, it's probably likely that she still loves you, right? Even if your relationship was not great at that point, there's still going to be feelings there. So like I said, the logical thing is just to make it known that it was a one-time thing and that you're very sorry and you've learned the lesson that you needed to learn from that whole experience. The main goal here is just to build trust as well. You want to make sure that she starts to begin to understand that she can trust you again, and that if you were to get back together in the future, there will be changes and it will be a more trusting, healthy type of relationship. I have some videos on this topic, cheating, infidelity, on my YouTube channel, so check out some of my other videos if you want more specific advice on that kind of thing. Thank you for the question, Angela. All right, let's move on. Let's see here. What else have we got? Wow, lots of questions. Thank you, guys. Marcella says, if your partner suffers from depression, does the no contact rule still apply? Yes, it does. Please contact me if you want a specific answer about your situation, but generally speaking, yes, absolutely. Humaida says, should I break up with him? Sorry, Humaida, I really can't answer that for you. That's something that you need to answer for yourself, I think. Let's see what else here. What else do we have? We have one from Christina. Okay, Christina M says, I think I blew it by begging and pleading too much with my ex-boyfriend, and I think he's super turned off by me right now. What can I do? Help. I'm happy to help, Christina. Thank you. Good question. The short answer is no contact. No contact is the place to start. But before you do that, and depending on how badly you were begging and pleading in the weeks leading up to this, you need to apologize first for behavior and just stop. Don't make those mistakes again. Let that be the past and end the begging and the pleading. It doesn't really matter if he messages you back asking, anything. At this point, you really just need to make sure that you are giving him lots of space and time to get over it and make him understand that you are not going to be a begging, needy, desperate ex kind of thing. And during this time, while you're going through no contact, make sure you stay busy. Like I talk about this a lot in my program and in my videos, but make sure that you're working on yourself, working on the things that are within your realm of control, and doing everything you can to keep your mind off the breakup and off your ex, because he really needs some space, and you need to make sure that you give him some time to cool down and forget about some of the mistakes that you've made since the breakup. I strongly always recommend, you date around and make new friends, be social, stay busy, especially the dating part. If you can go out on a date, I know you don't maybe feel like it right now, Christina, but get out there, go see another guy. It's an excellent way to boost your confidence and to see what else is out there in the world, and make sure that he's feeling a little bit of pressure that you might move on. And of course, if your ex does get wind of that, like I said, he'll feel like he's under pressure, that he needs to take you back or lose you forever, which can really be very ineffective, and sometimes even to the point where he just takes you back just because of that. So I hope that helps, Christina. Thank you for the question, and good luck. I'm trying to keep this video to just about 15 minutes, guys, so I'm just going to take one or two more here, and then we will sign off, and I'll do this again soon, because this is awesome. I really appreciate all your questions. What should I do if my ex says we will just be friends? That's a question from Anzal. Thanks, man. Good question. You definitely want to avoid the friend zone. I mean, I've talked about this in a lot of my other videos and articles. Definitely avoid the friend zone. Generally speaking, if you're at the point where she's suggesting that you should be friends, sorry, I'm not actually sure if maybe it's a guy, sorry. But if your ex is saying that they want to be friends with you, the best thing to do is to say something very, simple like, I'm not sure friendship is going to be possible right now. I think it'll be better if we both move on quickly. So I'd rather we not be friends. I would love to be in a relationship with you and have you as my boyfriend, but I'm not sure friendship is going to be possible right now. Something along those lines to make it clear that he has to choose whether he wants to. I'm assuming it's a guy. Sorry, I'm just looking at your profile, Anzal. Make sure that he knows that you are going to move on, and he's going to have to accept that you're going to move on and he's going to lose you forever, or that he's going to have to take you back and be in a romantic relationship for you. So you want to make sure that he understands that is the choice. Thank you for the question. Let's do one more here, guys. So many. Sorry I can't get to all your questions, guys. Let's see here. What does it mean when your ex-boyfriend still call you sweetie and babe? That's a really common thing after a breakup. Thank you, Bob Anna, for the question. Please check out my channel and watch a video called why your ex is going hot and cold or sending mixed messages. Just do a quick search. I got a video on that because it's a very common question. Generally what it means in summary is nothing. It probably doesn't mean anything. You probably don't want to read too much into it. But like I said, just watch that video, Bob Anna, and you will get some more info and learn about what that really means and why it's so common. One more question here, guys. I'm just going to take one more because that was a quick one. Just trying to find something short. Oh, here's a great one from Rumby Lou. Rumby says, thank you, Brad. No contact rule really worked. My boyfriend and I are back together now, and we're better than ever. That's awesome. Love to hear that. Thank you, Rumby, and congrats. Let's see here. I broke up with my ex about 2 months ago, says Kalimba, and she saw my stories on Instagram often. What can I do? Well, first of all, I just released a video about Instagram. Literally, I think the last video I released was about Instagram, so check out that on YouTube on my channel. And also, if your ex, they're watching your social media feeds and following you, then it's a great way to communicate things to your ex subtly. So you can use your Instagram to basically, post a picture of you with some new friends, doing lots of awesome stuff, posting a picture of your new wardrobe and your new haircut, whatever it is, that kind of thing. It can be a great way to send messages subtly to your ex, or even subconsciously, without looking very obvious, like you have an underlying motive. So basically, in that case, I'm just suggesting you use your Instagram and that advantage to your advantage to make sure that your ex sees that and is understanding that you are awesome and they made a mistake breaking up with you. So thank you, Kalimba. And I think I'm going to leave it here, guys. I know this has been really short, but this is just a test video and it's going really well. It's awesome. So thank you so much for all the questions. Guys, again, please visit my website, breakupbrad.com, and watch my full video presentation if you haven't already. And I know a lot of you guys have really great questions here. So if you want to talk about them specifically one-on-one with me, consider signing up for my coaching program. I think I still have a couple of slots right now available. You can do that at breakupbrad.com/coaching. So thanks again, guys. I really appreciate it. This has been awesome, and we will talk to you again soon. Sorry if I didn't get to your question. I'll do my best to next time. Thanks a lot, guys. We will talk to you again soon.